Hello once again, folks. This is Power73 and we got some smelly action here between Snap and Companions today. The map being Smells Like My Nemesis in here. The game type territories, we got 15 flags on the map. The map is very unique in that it is very maze-like. You don't see many multiplayer maps like this. It's totally themed after the Baron, which is a single player map for Myth 2. I believe it's the 5th map. You have to go and assassinate the Baron inside the keep, but there's no Barons to assassinate today, although we do have the appearance of some Warlocks. They happen to be regular Warlocks rather than Warlocks of Fire, and they like to confuse things, so we'll see how that goes into play. It takes a full mana bar for them to confuse, and if they want to launch a fireball, it would be about half that mana bar. Thinking about the game here, folks, Snap won the match in the last game, Game 2. They currently have a 25-point lead, and the maximum amount of points to get on the map is only 21, so they would be 4 points short. Essentially, Companions could have been in a position to tie Snap, but just seconds away from contesting that the middle flag controlled by Snap ends up putting the match just out of reach of a tie or a tiebreaker. I believe in that case Companions had the better seed and would move on if they were able to max their opponents here. So let's see if the Companions can max their opponents here, what Snap does to keep up their game-winning ways. Introducing the players real quick. Looks like Copper is going to step up for Snap now in the captain's role. For game 1 we had Rizza, then we had Kensai, now we have Copper. Aside from those 3 players, we also have Giblet, Dinsdale, and Taos Chief for Snap. And for the Companions, they are led by Gore, followed up by Tor, then Code Toad, Olympus, Faded, and Gunda. Looks like Gore and Code Toad will be taking the Warlocks here. Code Toad naming his Warlock Mage God trademarked, so we'll have to see if that name can inspire some fear in his opponents. While down south, Rizza will be taking a Warlock for Snap, as well as Taoist Chi. And Butcher getting some praise for the selection of this map. And Snap trying to figure out who they will be playing against next week. They said Glue the Moose or maybe FS. So far it looks like Gunda and Olympus for Companions will be going mid. Meanwhile, Tor will be taking a melee force east. Code Toad bringing his Warlock over there. And Gore will be in the west with Faded taking a small amount of units. Just a couple herons and goals. I'm going to try and push alongside the western part of this map. Right now, Tao's Chief for Snap owns the red room. He's going to have to be careful from a flank from mid, as looks like Gore will be coming to Warlock duel him.
Flag captured.
Of course, that flank might not happen at all if Rizza gets to mid fast enough. He's lining up his units, being fairly cautious, pushing along with Giblet and Dinsdale. They're kind of taking their time getting east.
Captured.
And we got Olympus utilizing the flame arrows, taking out one of Taoist Chi's archers. as Gore begins to engage in a Warlock duel with Tao's Chi's Warlock at the same time. He's getting doubled here, folks, and it looks like his units are now confused as well, and Gore will be moving in. Looks like he's going to hesitate and start attacking this warrior. He should just be moving right in on those herons. And Tao's Chi has full mana to confuse. But he's going to fire off a fireball instead. His Warlock will go down. Gore is securing that position. Tao's Chi now out of units, as it looks like Copper also trying to threaten Companions mid, but essentially just throwing his units away. So far we got a 22% lead for the Companions as Giblet moves around the eastern part of the map for Snap. Snap's mid and west forces already clobbered and wiped up pretty easily, albeit Riz is still playing pretty patiently.
Flag captured.
He's now in a position where he's in a bit of trouble. I mean, really sloppy play by Snap there. They're pretty lucky the match is already out of their opponent's hands, as that could have been pretty drastic here, as some mid-eastern and mid forces for Companions are just pinching Rizza. He's gonna be in a lot of trouble pretty quickly. And Tor will move his Heron out of the way here. I'm sure I'm missing plenty of action, but no, it's mostly mid now. As Rizza unable to take out Gunda's Dwarf there, and Kotode also firing a little bit too short. Looks like Gore will be focusing on Kensai's Herons over here. Most of Snap is contained in the south and mid by the Companion forces, but over on in the east, Giblet and Dinsdale are essentially running free. At least Giblet's running free, but Dinsdale is kind of hanging out, reading some books, catching up on his literature, as Rizza gets blown to pieces. Looks like his Warlock has gone down, and most of the rest of his units as well. And looks like Gorge is completely securing this western area. But we got one last stand by Kensai over here with his Dwarf, his Herons. So there's still some action left on the map, but right now Companions are just controlling it. You might not be able to tell with only a 3-flag lead, but they do have a 40% lead. Quite a bit more units on the map. Companions just killing everything in sight. Right now we have Tor moving in on these archers, and that Dwarf just able to do whatever he wants to. And Kensai is gonna get confused over here. His Herons are ineffective right now, and he should be moving his Dwarf a little bit away or dropping a satchel, as takes out a Heron. But the melee is coming strong and fast. He needs to get off another shot with his Dwarf. He's just taking a little bit too long to do that. And the Companions have broken through the doorway. Heron Guard coming down onto Kensai. It looks like he will take out that Heron in the process. His archers are a bit out of the way here, dropping down some flame arrows at the last second to set off those Dwarves. And all that remains for Snap, aside from the fact that they will be moving on in the bottom bracket, is Giblet and Dinsdale over here in the east. And Kensai's 3 archers for now, no more. So this is Snap's last stand for now, and See Companions coming out with a little bit of vengeance here. I wonder if they realize how close that actually was. That just missing that contest and not able to secure that last flag just put them out of reach of calling this game a tie here, because with 61% left, that would be a full point win. Each flag is worth a point on the map, and you get 6 points for the win. 15 plus 6 is 21. So they're just 4 points out of the way. They will end up losing this match 47 to 43. And it just makes me wonder if Snap played a little bit more sloppily than usual just by putting that out of reach, or if Companions kind of stepped their game up here to take advantage of their opponents aggressively the way they initially wanted to, but were unable to do so, because elimination is tough, and Companions won't be playing Snap at least for another tournament or until the next Myth World Cup. So they need to give one last goodbye here.
Flag captured.
Looks like Olympus is in trouble. He's saying, "Where's my help?"
5 minutes remaining.
But Giblet and Dinsdale won't be able to pose much of a threat.
Flag captured.
In fact, if Dinsdale would box up here. No, never mind. Companion forces have reformed. I was thinking if they reformed in the hallway, you know, you let the warriors take the hits, Herons come swinging from behind, you might be able to win a micro. But it's too little too late, as the last Snap flag is over here in the east. Companions have captured every other flag on the map. It looks like Dinsdale will be running off to tag more flags, while Giblet might even be engaging the melee here. And he's gonna get confused. He won't be able to do much. Code Toad utilizing the mana of his Warlock effectively. He could have always blown up Olympus's archers instead. But it looks like he wants to help his team out today. Not a bad choice. Dinsdale will be able to secure another flag, so maybe with 3:30 left, Companions won't be able to secure a full victory here.
Flag captured.
But actually, yes, most definitely they will, as I now see Gore's forces looming just down the hallway. And Copper is very, very upset that his team did not give it their all in the same fashion they did when under the wings of Riza and Kensai. And looks like Companions going for the ratios here on their way out. They will get full points anyway because the entire enemy team has been eliminated. So that's 15 flags. Point apiece, plus 6 for the win. You got 21 points right there for Companions. And that will change the score from 47 to 22 to 47 to 43, but unfortunately they are down by 4 points. If they had just gotten into contest range of that mid flag on Desert Between Your Ears flag rally, this could be a much different situation, as teams who were in tie or tied against their opponents in the bottom bracket, they would be decided, their match would be decided on qualifying round seed, I believe. Oh, looks like Snap would have won under those conditions as well. Snap with an 11th placed qualifying seed. While the companions with 19. Unfortunate, really. But, yeah, going through the stats of the match, I mean, companions take over early, and they just don't let up at all. They'll be watching the rest of the tournament as they wish, while Snap will be moving on. Such a weird way to end it, really. But interesting enough, the companions ending the game with a 4-to-1 kill-to-loss ratio, a whopping 372 damage, doubling the damage of their opponent's team. And Gore is only 19 damage points himself shy of the opposing Snap team. He goes 17-3 with 133 damage. Tor goes 11-3 with 80 damage. Gunda going for the perfect. He's got 11-0 with 52 damage. Olympus 8-5 with 81 damage. Code Toad not doing much damage with his Warlock. However, some key confusions there. He goes 1-0, 8 damage, and Faded goes 0-1 with 16 damage. Meanwhile, for Snap, they don't even manage 9 kills on the map, a whopping 49 losses, essentially ending the game close to a 1-to-5 kill to loss ratio. Looks like companions killed 3 of their own units along the way there somehow, but regardless, Copper not netting any kills or damage for his team, but he does net 6 losses for them. Meanwhile, Kensai 4-9, 45 damage, Rizza 3-9, 41 damage, Giblet 2-9, 28 damage, Taoist Chi 0-9, 29 damage, and Dinsdale 0-7 with 7 damage. That is game 3, folks. I mean, companions completely dominating this one after losing 2 fairly close games. That's just the way it goes here. So they are out. They are eliminated for the tournament. In terms of brackets, they are a team of, you know, even though they lose, they're somewhere ranked between 9 and 12, and with the way that the teams stack it up, the companions actually end up placing 8th, despite being the 9 to 12th teams to be 9th to 12th place teams that are all eliminated at once. I mean, they're able to do some damage with their score, and I guess that's how all that works. Strange stuff, but yeah, so they are actually the 7th team to be eliminated here in these Myth World Cup 1999 top 16 casts. The winners here, Snap, will go on to play the winners of Fellowship of Stoneheim and Glue the Moose, and the losers of the match will essentially be the 8th team eliminated in my little casting shindig stuff. So be sure to check out that match to find out who Snap will be playing and who they won't be, I suppose. But yeah, that will wrap it up, folks. The match ends 47-43. Companions netting 21 kills here on Smells territories. And that's it. That's cast. That's game 3. Thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed. See you around another time, and GG's.